Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get Better, a show about two longtime friends trying their best, growing up, and hopefully getting better. I'm Zach Johnson.
I'm Sam Cherry.
Sorry, am I supposed to introduce myself?
Now, I did say two longtime friends, and that's on me.
Oh, well, that will. That's true.
That is on me. I should have said two short-term friends, two strangers, and two longtime friends.
Sure, that's kind of a long intro, though.
Yeah. But this is just for the special episode, so that lets the people know that something different is happening. But we are joined by a special guest. And that's it.
God,
That's all I have to say about that, honestly.
What are you doing?
I'll just log out now. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I was waiting to be introduced. That's on me.
No,
Sorry.
I should have said, this is all my fault. I'm the one that runs the intro. I was kind of teeing you up that you could like spike it down and be like,
okay, I can.
Like,
we can redo.
Guys?
I'll do it.
No, I think
we're good
now. I think this is the kind of content that people show up for. So I don't think any of this is getting cut. If I'm being quite honest.
No, it's as the guy cutting the show, I'm telling you, it isn't.
Wow, I was really preparing for this to all be cut. But okay, hello guys. I'm Brooklyn. Here we are.
So Zach, this week, and I'm a little confused because we brought the dream team together, which I'm always excited about.
The dream team together.
But this week we did watch the 2000 British psychological comedy crime film directed by Jonathan Glazer, Sexy Beast. And
sexy.
A great film starring Ray Winstone and Ben Kingsley, but not exactly our normal thing. What did you guys?
Yeah, no, I was going to look up what you were talking about, but then my Google did ask if I was a robot, so unfortunately I am unable to
Did you not watch the 2000 British psychological black comedy crime drama directed by Jonathan Glazer, Sexy Beast?
We actually did not watch that. What we watched rather was it was Sexy Beasts, which is I would
plural.
argue.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I did watch the psychological thriller, so...
Okay, right.
I mean, now, I probably would have watched a psychological thriller had my Google still not been asking if I was a robot this whole time.
Got it. Zach, what did you watch?
I'm seeing it now, and it is fun that you did watch it, Sam, but your knowledge does begin and end with the first sentence of the Wikipedia.
I mean, also the starring section. Ray Winstone and Ben Kingsley, and I did watch the trailer and also the whole film. So,
did you find out about this?
Yeah, I totally watched this whole movie. I didn't just look it up 5 minutes before. Anyway, we watched the Netflix show Sexy Beasts.
We also watched the show. We watched the show Sexy Beasts on Netflix, so that you don't have to. This is a public service.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it really is.
Yeah, if this was in the 2000s, it would certainly be an ought not, but unfortunately, it's in the now times.
Yeah, since we've gathered the dream team together, Brooklyn, would you like to briefly explain what Sexy Beasts is? Either the psychological thriller or the Netflix
I mean,
show.
you watched both, so just
okay. I'll do the service of explaining the Netflix show, the psychological thriller. Everyone should definitely watch.
Like
have
we did.
No other comment on that. The Netflix show, the concept is a nice little reality dating show. We all love it. You know it. You love it.
Sure.
It is based on personality, though. We've seen this come out a little bit over the last year. The popularity of the dating show, emphasis on the personality, not on the looks. However, the spin of Sexy Beasts. Exactly.
You gotta be here for the right reasons.
The spin here is that we have dressed up characters that are dating. We have one lead, three options that they're dating, and they are dressed up as beasts is a nice way to say it. We're talking beavers, demons, pixies, zombies, to the nines, full prosthetics. You cannot see anything about them except 90%
of their body. Yeah, certainly.
Well, except the rest of their body. Yes.
Yeah.
But the premise is that the lead will date 3 people, go on a kind of a 3-person blind date, and then narrow it to 2, and they'll do more of a activity date, and then they'll pick 1, and then we never see them again. It is a 20-minute episode, very quick and easy. So
yeah. I'm sure they all get married at the end after. At least the episode we watched, I'm sure they got married.
Yeah, so for the purpose, like I'll get into some honorable mentions later because I did watch every episode of this show. I found it incredibly entertaining the whole way through.
You.
My girlfriend and I, we were dog sitting and we watched all the episodes over the course of like a weekend. So it's incredible. You guys should definitely check it out if you haven't. But if you haven't, that's actually good for us too, because we will be explaining in length one of the episodes, and that is the episode James the Beaver. And let's go around and let's all say what are some just initial thoughts we have about just James and his general demeanor and character.
Well, okay, so he's very strong, and he's extremely strong, and as I alluded to earlier, maybe one of the funnier parts of this premise, it's in the genre of what is it? We always judge people on their looks. And the first thing that one of the contestants says to him is, "Wow, you look strong." So it looks like they really failed the premise. And the first thing that he says is, "She has a nice ass." So I really feel like maybe immediately the premise fell apart, other than the goofy masks they're wearing. But he's a certified cool guy, I would say, in my book.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, the only woman on the podcast. What do you think about James the Beaver?
Yeah. As a woman, I'm going to say he is the opposite of a cool guy.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I won't jump too far ahead, but after this episode, I was like, I literally can't think of a worse person to date.
Sure.
I have written down here a quote from his second sentence on the whole episode. It is as follows, quote, "Because I'm a big guy," he means like muscular guy. "Because I'm a big guy, people make a lot of assumptions about me. I mean, they think I'm very selfish and cocky, but as big as my muscles are, my heart's even bigger."
Yeah, I mean...
Unquote.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't know that equating muscular means selfish, but thank you for saying that. Now, he is the woat.
Yeah, this is something that Sam and I are big fans of on the podcast, and that is we love cool guys. And I would say that James is one of the coolest guys.
Certified cool guy for sure.
Yeah, he is a certified get better cool guy, 100%.
I will say he does a move in the first 5 minutes where he pulls everyone's chair out, and they do a cutaway. They do a lot of cutaways that, unfortunately for the show, they then explain the joke. Where I was like, damn, there's a lot of things, like I would see it and be like, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast, and then they would explain it. But specifically, before he says it, he pulls the chairs away to let the girl sit down. And I thought, he's trying to look at their ass. And then it cuts to him and he's like, yeah, it seems nice, but also I got to look at their ass. Like, that's basically his whole thing. Is he came on the game show where they're like, it's not about their bodies. And he's like, but what about their bodies though? And that's kind of his whole deal.
Yeah.
So we're saying he's a get better cool guy, TM from Get Better. That's like ironically cool.
Oh yeah, he sucks. He's the worst. He's the worst.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we're all on the same page.
No chance we'd hang out with him in
real
life.
I'd hang out with him.
I think this is the perfect way to observe him, actually, which is just like looking at him from afar and being like, "Wow, what a cool thing to say."
What a cool guy. But yeah, so the date starts. He looks at everyone's butt. He makes it very clear that kind of their butt is sort of the main deal.
Yeah. But let's get into the girls. We meet 3 prospective women, and each of them are dressed wackier than the last. We have Amber, who is dressed as a pixie. It says. I would say that she has the most unfortunate costume in that she has to paint her entire arms blue, where the rest of them are wearing like jackets or sweaters. Like she went in a tank top and they were like, we're going to have to make your arms kind of blue and sparkly. I hope that that's okay.
Well, and there's
Okay.
obviously a
Okay,
costume
let me
department, so they were like, you're going to be in a tank top.
Yeah.
Let me just note here that I watched this episode for the first time about 2 weeks ago. I rewatched it today.
Oh, great, me
But
too.
the first time I watched it, I don't really remember a lot, but I made some notes. And so today I was looking back at my notes, and I personally wrote down as my second note, I would want to be the pixie. And then today, when I was rewatching it, I was like, what the hell? Thinking at that time.
Obviously,
that's all I have to say about the pixie.
Mm-hmm.
So in my notes, there was one line. I don't remember when he says this exactly, but he says something weird. He says something like very strange about the women, and then he looks at the camera and goes, I've never been on a real date before. And then they cut away like that's a normal thing. It's like, wait, what? We're not going to talk about that? Nope. We're going to move right on from I've never been on a real date before. Like, oh.
He does very much have the energy of a guy that's never been on a date before, because there is a part where someone beatboxes and he does start rapping, which is very first date energy. Like first in the most literal sense of the word.
When does that happen?
I don't really know what I'm about personally, so maybe I rap.
Have either of you ever rapped on a first date?
God, no. What?
No,
I've done a lot of embarrassing things in my life, but rapping on a first date is not one of them.
I can imagine an early high school version of me doing something like that.
Okay, thank you for admitting that. That's very therapeutic.
Yeah, thank you.
I have another note here that just says, "Where's my hug?" I don't know what that's in reference to, but I just wanted to bring it up.
We'll get to that because
is
I
that
also
a
wrote
reference
that down. But up next we have Alexis, and she is a cheetah. And so I'm going to kind of bring these two to the fold in a sort of the same breath. And there's Tamiko is the third one. Tamiko is dressed as a zombie.
Absolutely the most tragic.
They very briefly referenced this, but Tamiko is an expert drone technician. It's like, Tamiko is an expert drone technician. And I was like, what the hell?
What? Yeah.
And the rest of them are like, I'm an aspiring singer, or I like do this and this or whatever. And so she's like the only one that has like a real job. But I have a theory about the show Sexy Beast, and that is and I'm gonna spoil the first couple of dates, but that is in that if you are dressed the ugliest, you're gonna go out first.
Right. The initial premise of the show is stupid.
Over the course of the show.
Yes.
Over the course of the show, there's like someone who's dressed as a witch, or someone who's like people that are not dressed to like look attractive at all. And they always go out first. So it is like, how much a personality can it really be about? If like, I think they just throw in one person as like, we're going to make you look actually hideous. And,
I did love Zombie Girlie because they asked her what her type was. And she said, quote, bad boy Barack Obama. Like, that is quite the mood.
Okay. And also, she's a drone technician, so like, wait, which kind of drone though? Like, you like Bad Boy Obama and drones? Like, are you a war criminal? What's going on?
Specifically, Drone Strike Obama.
Yeah, like do you like you put your camera on it, like film like parade scenes, or like you like double tap a wedding? Like, which drone are you technician?
Okay,
of?
are we about to all act like we wouldn't date Tamiko as her type is bad boy Barack Obama, and she's a drone technician? Like, she's
I'm
two
just
for
saying.
And she's also a sneakerhead. She's like talks about how much she likes sneakers, and I was like,
3 for 3.
Damn, Tamiko is cool.
I mean, Tamiko is cool. I'm just saying those two things together to be like, I'm way into drones and I'm way into bad boy Barack Obama. It's just that really, because I'm not sure which kind of drone she's a technician for, and so I just feel like it narrows it down. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So a couple of things. There is one point just in the first couple of dates that I want to bring attention to, which is Amber, who is the pixie, like says something along the lines of like, wow, you have big muscles. And then he says, like, do you want to feel my biceps?
It's the first thing she actually says.
And she goes, do you want me to? And then he's like, yeah, which is like the
That
most little,
Yeah, of course.
Is
it's
first
the most
date
little kid thing
energy.
to say.
That is, I've never been on a first date energy right there.
Like, do you want to feel my biceps?
Yeah.
Do you want me to feel your biceps? It's like, yeah, I do. And it's like, all right, weirdo, but sure, yeah, I'll feel your biceps.
I also find it hard to believe. Here's what's so weird about that line. I assume, now granted, I'm very bad at judging ages, but I would assume everyone in this show, I mean, they're all in their 20s, right? But let's say they're anywhere from between 22 and like 28, right? I have a hard time believing this man has never been on a date before.
Are you sure?
And like, only because he's like a handsome, muscular guy in his 20s. It feels like he has to have been on at least one date before. But this man gives off such I've never been on a date energy, and it's very confusing to me. Like, I feel like he fucked up when he said it. When he's like, oh, I've never been on a date. Like, no, but you have, right? Because, like, there's no way that a person would act like you.
I mean, I feel
know
like
what I
there's
mean?
a difference of like, I'm a
This is
muscular guy that can talk to girls in a bar and get their number. And like, I've been on a proper date. Like, he's got the vibe of like, I talk to girls in bars.
Okay, yeah.
He does not have the vibe of, I have ever taken anyone on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Now that
I
okay,
very
you
much
got me
agree. I think that he is just. I think he's a weirdo. Like, I think he's a weird dude, and like a chance where he would
He's
have
very weird.
asked someone out on a date. He totally shot himself in the foot by saying something like, "Do you want to feel my biceps?" or what if I rap in front of you?
all
And
right.
they're just
Yeah,
like,
that makes
"Can you
sense.
leave me and my friends alone?"
But I mean, you have to.
Am I like traveling through time? When did they fucking rap?
It's when, so, and I'll get to this part as well. So Cheetah, who is Alexis, he's like, so do you do? And then she's like, I sing. And he's like, can you sing me a song? And she does this like Mariah Carey style, like kind of a fill or a run. And it's incredibly awkward.
Yeah.
I felt it through the screen. I was like,
super
I
weird.
feel so uncomfortable in this moment. And then like around the same time, she was like, do you sing? And he was like, no, something. I can rap though, or something along those lines. And then she like does a little beatbox for him, and he does the worst rap of all time. And then it cuts to him later, goes, I've never rapped a day in my life.
I think I like blacked out from embarrassment. I've seen this episode twice, and I do not remember this at
There were
all.
there were so many one-liners that I was like, I physically can't write them all down. How they were all so bad. But let's just run back to the lyric she sang when she was doing her Mariah Carey run was like,
Yeah.
it feels so
Yeah.
good when I'm touched by you. Ooh, like something that was like really weirdly
Cool.
sexual. It was like of all the one-liners to sing. Okay.
We've all been on first dates. You get it. You sing a weirdly sexual Mariah Carey song. We've all done that, right?
And it pays off for her, at least in this next round, because the first person that does get eliminated is unfortunately Tamiko, who is she was our good friend, the zombie. She gets eliminated.
And question here, because it feels like, I only watched about 3 episodes because after the devil, which was the following episode, I was like, I actually can't go on. But I noticed in all 3 episodes in this first round, they're all standing there. They've got the three contenders in front of them, and all of the leads goes down the line and says like one nice thing about them and then one really insulting thing about them, like.
Yep.
Like Tamiko,
which is wild.
I really feel like you're a nice girl, but we have nothing in common and you kind of suck.
Yeah.
And then like move on.
Yeah.
He's that you think that's a requirement.
Certified cool guy.
Even the ones they like, they're like, I really had a great time with you, but your hairline is a little far back and that could be a problem in the future.
Yeah.
You have a 5 head, unfortunately, so I don't think we could date.
There are some episodes in the future where the contestants don't do this. So I'm just of the mind that James was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. Compliment sandwich, but I'm going to say something kind of nice and then really rude.
This was also for me, this was the peak of the episode. This was the funniest moment of the episode because the girl who is dressed like a cheetah got real sad. And seeing her sad in that makeup is probably the funniest part of the entire show. Like, seeing them all in these goofy costumes and then they get sad. She didn't get eliminated. She just, like, maybe it was a very serious face. But all of them in this goofy-ass makeup and then they're, like, looking very serious, but they have a cheetah mask on.
It's
peak TV.
Ridiculous.
Really great.
But so Tamika does get eliminated. And so this show is about how personality should be much better than looks. And like a lot of some of the things are kind of centered around like, what if you don't like the way I look? Or what if I'm not pretty enough for you? And then Tamika comes out and she's like stunning. Like, it is like, and then like, if you watch the show in its entirety, when they get eliminated, they do show up again. And it's like, oh, you're all models. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all hot. Every one of them's hot.
But they do the eliminations in this like mansion sort of situation where they have to go to like Animal Manor. And they do all the eliminations in like this huge manor where they like stand in like kind of a ballroom type or like a parlor sort of situation. And they just all kind of sit and wait patiently for the person to come out without their makeup on.
I mean, that has to take hours, right? Hours.
I think it's 2 days of filming. I was talking to Sophie about this. I think it's 2 days of filming because they do the second date and it's also during the day. Well, we don't know that the ice carving's during the day, but the skeet shooting is during the day. And so, like, what I think happens is they get there at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning. They do 4 hours of makeup or whatever. They do the date. They do all of round one all in one day, and then they obviously take the makeup off, which also would probably take, like, at least an hour. And then they show up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, this whole process must be miserable. I mean, obviously, this is, but yeah, I think it's over 2 days of filming, and yes, it would take hours for them to get all that makeup off and then decent.
Yeah,
again.
it's not the quick turnaround, but they are wearing the same clothes, which makes me kind of a truther that they just have them put on the exact same clothes again that they were wearing before to read like to kind of.
I will tell you as someone who's worked in television, they do. They ask the cast specifically. Bring all the same clothes back 100%. For the second day.
So we move on to the second date. We have what is I think when James really has his moment to shine is in a date with Amber, who is once again the pixie. They are making they're making ice sculptures and they're supposed to be making hearts. And James just has a run.
Wait,
a run.
They aren't
of just incredible things, all said all in a row. My personal favorite was the first one that he said, which was, he was like, I like your body. And she's like, thanks. And she's like, what if I like gained 400 pounds? And he's like,
that'd be tough. That would be tough. Oh, also, wait, Zach, I need to correct you. They're actually not supposed to be making hearts. Nick, who is the ice sculptor, did a whole session where he explained to them how to make a clam, and they said, nah, Nick, thanks for the presentation. We won't be doing that at all. We'll be making hearts, and then you will have to judge it. And then he just has to stand there while they make terrible hearts. They are...
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, absolutely. Because, of course, it is like James's style to turn it into a competition very unnecessarily.
Right, and ignore all of the instructions.
Okay, but like when the pixie girlie is like, what would you do if I gained 300 pounds? And he's like, yeah, I don't, that's not going to work for me. Cut to like talking head of the pixie girl go, I mean, I guess it's pretty flattering that he likes my body. It's like, she was totally unfazed.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I do work on my body, so that's actually pretty great. And it's just like, all right, I guess you didn't care about that question at all, actually.
Weird that you asked.
You were just giving really James like a very easy volley, and he just like absolutely like goofed it like immediately. And then she was like, actually, you know what, whatever, that's fine.
So then they move on to the like like date part, which, as we know from Bachelor, is probably only includes the footage that we saw. They probably actually didn't have a meal or a drink, but they just sat in a gazebo together. And then maybe one of the realest moments, and why I'm actually rooting for the Pixie the whole time, is James, while I'm sure he was told by the producers, is like, hey, let's kiss. And she's like, nah, you're a beaver, so I don't want to do that. Which was probably her fatal flaw in not kissing the weird beaver.
This is the hill
mouth.
I am willing to die on. It is 100% her fatal flaw. He picked the girlie that was going to kiss him. So, sorry to spoil it.
Yes.
Yeah, the spoilers, Trevor. Sorry, spoilers for the James episode of the...
I thought, honestly, even on the second watch, I forgot. I thought he was going to go back to the Pixie girl because when he pulled out the seat, he commented that he liked her butt the most, and that seemed to be his whole characteristic.
Ass first,
was
personality
like
second.
He literally his ass first, personality second, and so I was like, oh well, of course, no matter what happens in this episode, he's gonna go with the girl whose ass he likes the most. But he doesn't. He goes with the girl that will kiss him, which also makes sense for his character.
So Alexis, the cheetah, or what a jaguar, whatever, I don't know. She does kiss him, and she does end up getting the win. And there is a moment where they all take off their costumes and they all kind of wait in this courtyard. And there is a big reveal of what everyone looks like. And James has to meet Amber first, and so Amber comes out, and his reaction is like, "Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh fuck no!" Which he also did for Tamika in front of the other two girls. It's so funny.
And then as she walks away, as she's like leaving because he didn't pick her, he was like, "You got a great ass, though."
Yeah. Yeah,
but that ass
true
though.
To the end. And also, if you guys are wondering, James is also a model, very handsome. But I think he has worked out so much that his body has gotten rid of his need for a neck, because he is all shoulders and biceps.
Okay, but then he meets
Alexis,
the Jaguar girl, and again, a great moment that I wrote down and then they fucking stole it from me is he meets her, whatever, they kiss, it's fine, they're both hot, it's whatever. And then he takes his jacket off.
This was the best moment of the whole episode.
Presumably to give to her. And then he throws it on the ground. He's like, "Oh, do you want me to take my jacket off?" And apparently we find out later it's very cold outside.
"You deserve this."
And she's like, "Yeah."
You quote, "You deserve this," and takes the jacket off.
And then he takes his jacket off, throws it on the ground, and proceeds to just flex in front of her. And it cuts to her going like, "Yeah, I thought he was going to give me the jacket because it's really cold." But anyway, he seems nice.
I don't want to steal this from anybody.
King
Would
shit,
anyone like
absolutely.
to talk about the very last thing he said, because it really summed up his entire character in just one moment?
Wait, the thing about Tamiko?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yes,
please let me do the honors.
Oh, please.
So he meets him. What's her name? The cheetah girl?
Alexis.
The cheetah girl. Wow. Alexis. Okay. Alexis. He meets Alexis. She's so cute. You know, they have a nice embrace. They had a great date. She's the winner. He cut to his talking head. He says, "Yeah, Alexis is super cute. I can really see it working out. And if it doesn't, I'll call Tamiko." King. Shit.
Very certified cool guy.
It is, and that's it. That's the entire James arc. I'm hoping that James and Alexis, they stayed together. It was a really great romance. I have a few honorable mentions from the rest of the show that I do want to bring up, just to tell people which episodes to definitely look out for if you are going to watch the whole show. Number one, the villain of the entire show, I would say, is this guy named Mick, who is dressed like a rhino. Mick goes on a date with a girl that's dressed like a dolphin.
Cool.
And the dolphin, she's just the sweetest girl in the whole world. She is just wants to be loved and is just like very involved in the process. And Mick is like, so I'm the founder of what one might call sex kung fu.
What the
It's really do
Why didn't we watch
kung
this?
fu and sex at the same time.
Why didn't we watch this episode?
Oh, well, no, it's basically James really is the one that carries everything, and Mick is only in a few things. He's just one of the contestants. So he does not have a lot of time to shine other than just him being able to say like very outlandish things. Like his whole shtick is he seems like a upper middle class Beverly Hills type that used all of his parents' money to like open up a yoga studio in like Venice Beach. That's kind of like his whole vibe. And he's great. He says a lot of really terrible things. Definitely worth a look out on him. Next, there is a guy named Ibrahim. He's dressed as a wolf. The only thing I want to bring up about Ibrahim is he's really friendly and all of his dates go over really well. But at the end of the thing, both girls that he like, because he's like, wow, I can't choose, but I'm going to choose this one girl. Both of them are just like the girl that comes in second place comes up to him is just like, wow, you're such a great friend. What a great friend you were throughout this whole process.
No.
And then the girl that wins comes up and is just like, I can't wait to like explore what a friendship looks like with you. Like you've just been such a good friend to me this whole process. And it's like it happens It's 2 in a row. Like it happens like boom boom and I was just like, dang, that sucks. And
he should have said the word date. That's where he fucked up.
Yeah, and finally we have Carousel, who is she's a self-described New Jersey Jew who is dressed as a panda.
I watched this one.
Oh, the panda.
Yeah, she is the one in a lot of previews where she's talking to a guy dressed as like a bull, and then apropos of nothing, she's like looks at him and goes, What if I asked you to fuck me in this panda outfit? And then he's like, what the hell?
Yeah, she's also a certified cool guy. I don't understand. Yeah.
She says she's like, I want to have babies. I want to do this. I want to do this. And she's like, do you have health insurance? And she's like asking them all these questions. And they're just like, this is way too much. And the reason I like her so much is there is in her first couple of dates with a guy in a Tin Man, he's like, so like, what are your friends like? And she's like, oh my gosh, all my friends think I'm a sociopath. Like that I'm actually crazy. And he's like, okay. And then when she doesn't pick him for the first thing, he jumps up and goes, yeah! And he starts high-fiving high-fiving the other guys. And he walks up to her and hugs her and goes like, see ya! And then he walks out.
Fuck.
And then he does a talking head where he was like, yeah, she's a sociopath. She told me to my face. And he's like, I don't want to keep going on dates with her.
That's actually the episode.
Zach, you're pitching me on this show.
That was the superior episode, I thought. That was iconic.
It is awesome.
Oh my. I didn't want to muddy my experience, so I only watched the beef.
No, it's okay.
These
it's
all
okay.
sound amazing.
You don't need to keep going.
No, all of them.
Oh no, I'm gonna watch that at least.
All of them are so good. You have to everything that makes it. The panda episode is the one that my girlfriend and I saved for the very end because we saw like the first 2 minutes of it and we were like, we're not ready for Carousel yet. Like we're not ready for this woman.
I got through her intro and I turned to my boyfriend as we were watching it and I was like, could you date a girl named Carousel?
Gotta know what he said.
He was like, yeah, it's going to be a no. And I was like, all right, good to know.
Yeah, not even.
Wait, just on the name or on her whole personality?
Oh, the name. But if you had seen her personality, it would have made sense why her name was Carousel.
Yeah, and it's Kariselle. And so she can easily just be like, I'm Carrie. But she was like, nope. I'm like my God-given Christian name is Carousel. Therefore, I will go by it.
I feel like there's a point where it's like, yeah, maybe I've signed up for this crazy show, maybe I got drunk and I thought it would be a fun time and I find myself in a Tin Man costume, but it's like, it's all for the bit, like it'll be a good story. And then they say, the girl you're dating is named Carousel, and she wants to get married from this show. And that is the moment I would tap out.
Yeah, that's he
100%.
He was actively tapped out pretty much the whole time. But yeah, definitely.
This girl's gonna murder me for sure. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, but it's a great show. 10 out of 10. Please watch. But I'm very curious. I did not get a chance to really read all these, but I would like someone, preferably Brooklyn, to explain to me what is all this Alabama Rush business I've been seeing in our group text.
Brooklyn.
Oh yes, please let me explain.
What the fuck is going on, Brooklyn?
That is a great question. So I actually cannot answer that one, but I can answer Zach's question. So
Okay.
So you may have heard of Alabama Rush TikTok. That's really big in the news these days because it is the coveted week before school starts at the University of Alabama, and that means it is Sorority Rush Week. And we've got a lot of girlies with what are called PNMs, potential new members, going through Sorority Rush and documenting every single moment. And, typically I come on here and talk about reality shows. Well, we got a lot of people on the internet saying this should be the next Netflix reality show. It is just bizarre.
I would watch it.
I would 100% watch it because it's the concept of what are worlds that we won't ever get a peek into, like the Real Housewives or the Kardashians or whatever.
Sure.
Alabama Rush TikTok is about the top of my list of coveted places I'll never be, but I want to know every detail of. And so the girls are making...
keep in mind, you went to a Southern university and were in a sorority.
Exactly. And it was nothing like this. So the TikToks that I'm seeing are a lot of freshmen, about to be freshmen, that are posting just their outfits. It's just an OOTD outfit of the day every single day of Rush. And they literally will do head to toe. My dress is from a boutique in Seaside, and my heels are from Amazon, and my bracelet is David Yurman. Those bracelets are like thousands of dollars. My necklace is from
Brooklyn, I have to stop you.
Am I nailing the voice? I really feel like I'm nailing the voice.
Excellent.
No, you're nailing it. But your example has zeroed in on exactly my question. Because they do basically what are you wearing from like a red carpet show. But they'll say this bracelet I got from my grandma, which is like not the fucking point, where they're like, oh, this is from Zara and then this is from Amazon. It's not from Amazon. I mean, I know you bought it at Amazon, but like, what do they think is the functional point of telling me you bought a dress on Amazon? Because you're supposed to tell the brand, right? That's what's so confusing to me, is they're just like, anyway, this is from my grandma. That's not the point of what you're wearing.
I know, it doesn't...
Am I crazy?
It doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what the original purpose was. It's like, originally, girls were maybe doing it, and then it started blowing up because people were like, how is this actually real life? And then more people started doing it because it was like the thing to do. But
they like totally lost the bit. They like completely forgot why people are saying, and so they're just saying like, I got this from Amazon, which like, that's not I can't like go to Amazon and type in dress and your dress is gonna, not me, but if someone wanted to wear the same outfit.
Sam, you're losing the forest of the trees.
Okay, no, I don't think I am, because there are some of those videos where it's like girls who are like, I'm going to a lecture and these shorts are from Nike and this shirt is from my boyfriend Derek, who's a Sig Ep, Rush Sig Ep, and it's like, what the fuck is the video? What's the video?
Okay,
I don't understand the video.
Here's the fun part though. So we've got all these girls who are like telling us useless information about their clothes, and now the whole rest of the world, I'm talking like, has gone viral on the internet, are like, choose your character. Like everybody's choosing like, here's like Molly May from Tuscaloosa, who was dropped from 3 parties yesterday, but we're really rooting for her final 6. And she's prepping tonight, and she really wants
like,
Zeta.
they're turning into like fantasy football.
Exactly.
It's a reality show.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And so, bid day is on Sunday, so we're all kind of keeping a close tabs on our favorite characters. You know, what will they get?
So this is currently happening.
But yeah, it's going quite viral.
I think the idea has just now been described to me, but I already kind of like that idea of like if everyone is putting their stuff on TikTok and everyone can see who is going, then there is like a definitive like, yeah, I really like Madison. She's got the heart, like, you know, she's not really from like the best background, but I really feel like, you know, FIMU could really use someone like her, like just like kind of treating it like
for a school they don't go to,
like it's like a draft. It's like draft night. It's like, yeah, like they could really use like her peppiness. Like I don't feel like there's enough of that happening in the sorority right now. Like she's a really good addition to the team.
Because over seasons you would get to know each pledge class. So then when Madison's a senior, you're like, oh, I've been following her since she got drafted freshman year. And I know her kind of dynamic in the organization. So then when Bethany wants to rush, they're like, oh, Bethany, I think Madison's going to really like Bethany. They're both wearing Crocs from fucking Target or whatever.
Yeah, and
probably not Crocs.
And if this does continue, then it's going to be like, you know, they could really easily like sub each other and like they're in like because you follow the world across all the media platforms. It's like, yeah, Madison said she was really excited to meet Tiffany and like all these other people, but they did not bring up Amber. So I really feel like that's going to cost her in the long run. I really feel like she's not going to get in there.
Brooklyn, now that you're saying this, I'm just imagining this as a reality TV show and like
exactly
100%, right?
Exactly.
Like doing bid night, big and little reveal.
No, imagine
doing like a spring sing.
Imagine
kind of like,
this is a show. We've picked like 7 girls.
This is how we get our bag.
7 girls to follow from their senior year of high school, and you see like the struggles.
Yeah.
Like oh, Tiffany wasn't in the popular group, and she's always kind of been an underdog, and like her parents got divorced her freshman year of high school, so she's just like really having a hard time, but it's just her dream to go to Alabama and be a Chi-O. And then we switch to like Emily, whose mom is a legacy Zeta, and she's putting a lot of pressure on her. Like, this story writes itself.
God. This is how we get our bag, guys.
Yeah.
This is it. It do like an MTV style, like made documentary, but it's or like Teen Mom, but like a documentary style MTV television show. That's all following these girls at Alabama. This is great. What's fucked up is we're joking about this, even though it's a really good idea, and this is 100% going to happen.
It is 100% going to happen.
Yeah, it's only a matter
100%.
of time. People are just like, yeah, like Carson Ann, she is not here for the right reasons. She is
Carson, she's not here for the right reasons.
She's not here.
Okay, well, I hate to cut us short, but I need our second special guest to come on, so I'm going to pop over and bring on my lovely wife Sophie to talk to you two about my wife Bachelor, which I have not watched a frame of this season. So I'm gonna go get her, and then you guys can talk about the last season of Bachelor. All right?
Oh yeah.
Wait, Zach, do you watch The Bachelor?
I did watch The Bachelor, or Bachelorette rather. I watched this season. I didn't want to be into it as much as I wanted to, but I think through Matt James' season, I really enjoyed Katie. I thought she had a good head on her shoulders. So I was mostly watching it for her. But I think that the thing that kept me going this season was we'll get into it with Soph, but the theme of unionizing amongst all of the guys was definitely my favorite arc throughout the entire season. Just like several times that all the men would be like, guys, we've banded together. We don't like this person, and we're gonna bring it to the attention of Katie. And they did that like several times, and I was like, wow, what a good group of boys just unionizing to protect Katie.
Yeah, I feel.
Hey guys,
Hello,
I'm here.
hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
What a treat this is to be hosting a third podcast within a podcast. I'm your host. I'm Zach. I'm a more likable Chris Harrison type. That's kind of my whole thing.
Wait,
And,
yeah. Me and Sophie are Tasha and Caitlin.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm about to get kicked up out of here.
We've got the trifecta here.
Yeah, but Sophie, hello. If you could just briefly introduce yourself and talk about all of your feelings and opinions about this last season of The Bachelorette.
Wow, thank you. Okay, thanks for this. I'm Sophie Cherry of Sam and Sophie Cherry. Very excited to be here. So I want to just dive right in. I'm not gonna, we gathered the gang together, and I really think that we've all decided as a group that the finale was questionable.
Oh.
So me and all the guys kind of talked, and we decided, just joking, just playing off of the union. So my frustration landed in when Katie, did not tell Greg that she loved him, and Greg freaked out, and I still don't know whose side I'm on, because it didn't create a space for me to feel like I could be happy for the finale, for Blake and Katie.
So to those that are listening to this still and haven't seen The Bachelorette, I don't know why, but we got down to 3 guys. There was Blake and Greg and a very unfortunate man named Justin who was there just for fun. And there was a moment after the hometowns where Greg had a bit of a mental breakdown and said a lot of very nasty things all in a row. And he was, I think, definitively everyone's crowd favorite. I think everyone was like very team Greg up until that exact moment. And then I saw the internet really throwing around terms like narcissist and sociopath and just a lot of things that they would not have said about him the week prior.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And so what that meant was, because Justin was there just kind of for giggles, it means that Blake was the winner. And there wasn't really, I agree with you, so if there wasn't really a goodbye on Greg, that didn't really happen. And the last conversation they had on after the final rose, I believe that Katie brought out two pistols loaded with hurt feelings and just launched all of them all at once, all at him within the first like 20 seconds. But I am the host of this. Brooklyn, what were your feelings about that?
Yeah, I was kind of torn between the two. I feel like there was probably a lot that we didn't see that would have helped create a better narrative. I honestly felt like we were robbed of the Blake and Katie storyline. The whole season, I thought, Blake and Katie obviously feel like they have the most chemistry, but we're getting shoved down our throat a Greg storyline. Granted, I was eating that up. I loved Greg, so I wasn't upset, but it very much seemed like Greg was your front runner. And so when all the drama went down, it felt very confusing. Like, Katie, just tell him you love him. What are you talking about? We don't care about roses. He's in it for the right reasons. And then we get a second episode where, she's telling Blake she loves him, and it all becomes clear that maybe she wasn't telling Greg because she liked Blake, which would have made a lot more sense. So I feel like the Greg storyline kind of just muddied everything. And then when it ended, I was like, okay, that was all unnecessary.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And I felt like when she told Blake that she loved him, really she put the pieces together. But I'm mad at the edits we got because I just wasn't expecting it. I needed to have like the high of it was going to work out and something was going to be like, oh, Blake and Katie, we're so happy for them. And they didn't really bring it up to the crescendo that I needed at that point.
Yeah, I really think that. I have a Bachelor watching party, and it is 2 couples and this one girl who I think that she is quite frequently got done by the edit, and like she is got where like the entirety of like I feel like because this story is like filmed all at once or filmed before they may start editing it, they were really setting everyone up for that super huge huge spike that was like Greg having that moment. And even after that, even like at the end of that episode, they do a thing. I don't know if you guys remember this, but at the end of that episode, they show like a fun supercut of all their moments together. Like the episode ends with them, like as the credits are rolling, it's like, oh, remember all these great moments with Greg. Remember this? And it just really felt like the editors were like, yeah, like we got you. Like you thought you liked this guy, but he was bad the whole time. And like maybe apropos of like any substantial drama happening throughout the season, they got in the editing room and it was like, well, we got to make something. What if we turn this guy into a super huge hero and then we just like blitz him in the last episode and then we make everyone super conflicted on how they feel about him?
And then bring him on to the finale and just roast the hell out of this guy. And you can tell it's not going how he wants to. And he's like, oh, shit. Oh, no. This isn't what I planned. And Katie said, get out of here. They had to tell Katie in the break. They had to tell her,
100%.
hey, Katie, calm down.
Yeah.
You can't hurt him.
Yeah.
And she said, I won't hurt him, but I will continue to hurt him.
Yeah. Some of the first things that comes up is Katie, when she's sitting with Greg, she's like, did you get enough acting practice? And all of us are like, what does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, and then Tasha or someone is like, yeah, to kind of, that is a bit inside baseball. That's some pretty deep cut lore we're getting into, Katie. But yeah, that's this one time he took acting classes, and I guess we're roasting him for that now. Just anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing felt like, she had done the filming and then she had gone home and thought about it, and then she had gotten on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
and read all of the
learn the term gaslighting.
Learn the term gaslighting.
Yes.
And then
we did throw that around.
Yep, and then threw that at Greg, where it was like, did you think any of this if like 3 months ago? No.
Yeah. It reminds me of who was the girl that won Pilot Pete season?
Hannah Ann?
Was that Hannah?
I think, it was Hannah Ann. There was a moment where I think they had won, and then it like cut to them like several weeks later. And like she must have had like a meeting with a publicist or something where they were like, just go in and like rip him to shreds, like go in and absolutely destroy this man. Cause like she does this whole thing where she shows up in like an all black outfit and then she runs in and it's just like digs into him for like 5 minutes straight and then gives him back the engagement ring. And then I was like, whoa, like to me, it like had that same energy where like, Katie probably like either got A on Twitter or B like met with her agent or a publicist and they were just like, all right, we really gotta like people are really hating Greg. So if you want to win some major points, you gotta lean into that hard.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the kind of thing where it's like, if you can be pissed at like an ex or someone for like wronging you, but the longer it goes, the more like it matters less. And it was as if, she waited 3 or 4 months and then decided she was all of a sudden so pissed. It's like that doesn't actually make any sense.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about the kiss between Katie and Blake after Katie and Greg were finished? It didn't feel as real to me. It felt genuinely like she was like, I'm doing well, Greg. Thanks for coming on my show.
Oh, yeah.
At after the final rose.
Yes.
Oh, I agree. Even everything she said was like, I've never been better. Like all very vindictive.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot. I saw a lot of people on Twitter definitely bringing up that it was just like, it was like shouting at your ex while you guys are at a party with like your new fiance. And it was just like, hey, just let it go. Like leave it alone.
Oh God.
And like to have like the very same thing happen with like Justin very moments before where they had like the most cordial, fun little conversation where like they were both being like really like honoring and like very loving to each other. And it was like, yeah, you didn't pick me and that's totally fine. Like I absolutely get it. I left it all on the field. And then like I don't like Greg, but he did because of whatever his actions, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying that so I don't get hounded.
There you go.
But he did two very fun things in quick succession that I loved a lot, which is in his like final confrontation with Katie in the hotel room. He knocks on her door, comes in. The very first thing he says is, "So what's up?" Like he
Oh my
says,
God.
"What's up?" Like that, and it's like, you came to me. Like, what do you mean?
That's like the hey smiley face text.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then whenever he gets brought on after the final rose, they're just like, "So, Greg, what have you been up to?" And he's like, just in New Jersey, laying low." And it's just like, do you know what's about to happen to you? Or like, like it just...
You will continue to lay low, Greg.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like that, like I'm a hurt boy thing to do, where I'm like not gonna actively say that I'm hurt, but just be like, yeah, well, like, what's up? Like, what's up with you? Or like, yeah, no, I just been laying low. I've been kind of doing my own thing, actually.
Okay, the weird thing about this to me was,
That's a great point.
you know, they're like, so the first thing they ask him, or right after they ask him what he's doing, they're like, "So, do you regret any of your actions on the show?" And whether you do or you do not, the correct answer is yes, I would have done things differently because the whole world's like revolting. And let's be clear, Greg had 3 months to prepare between the end of the filming and recording the After the Final Rose. And he says, "I have no regrets. I would have done it all again." And so I'm listening this week to Nick Vial, or however you say his name's podcast, used to be The Bachelor. And he's interviewing Greg, and he brings that up. He's like, "Hey, so you said you wouldn't do anything differently. You don't regret anything. Like, do you still stand by that?" And Greg's like, "No, of course I don't. I regret a lot of things." And gives like the most politically correct answer. And I'm like, I don't understand between 2 weeks ago when you filmed AFR and now what has happened that you didn't realize. Like, have you never met a publicist in your life?
Yeah. No, well, to be fair to Greg, he was in New Jersey laying low, so I don't think that he had a chance to meet with a publicist. He was very busy. It's like to me, like it very much. It's like it. I realized just how young Greg was in like those moments where it's like, man, that's some shit I would say when I was 23 or like something like that. Just like being a general like hurt boy, just saying like something like, "I don't regret anything." And it's just like, you knew what, like, you're just unnecessarily bringing down the ire of the whole world on you right now, like for your pride. Like, who is this for?
And everyone knew it. Tasha knew it. She gave him a second chance. She said, "Are you sure you have no regret?" And he said no. He said no. Like, and by the end, he's repeating himself and being like, "Yeah, I would have done things differently. I would have this, that, or the other." And I'm just, that's gonna last. That's a memory that won't leave me. Yeah, Greg
didn't do very well in acting school, it seems. So we at least know that he did not succeed. So maybe that'll help with his I don't know, his legacy going forward. I didn't watch this season, but it was like the guy who the one that won, but like no one liked him, and he was the musician.
Jed.
I don't know his name. Yeah. So the guy he won, he's a musician, and over the course of his entire time on The Bachelor, he only had like 2 songs on Spotify. And it was like, hey, you lose, right? Like, or this thing happened. Like, that you cheat on your girlfriend and this whole thing blows up in your face. So, I mean, you might as well like release some music while you're like before it all goes over. Like, you might as well just like get something done, right? And he was like, "No, I think it's okay. I think these 2 songs on Spotify are going to help me through. They're gonna help repair my legacy."
God.
Oh, so bad.
Oh God.
Who do you guys think will be our next Bachelor?
I'm really hoping. I like Justin a lot, and I would love to see his like goofy, funny side, because I feel like that's probably a lot of who he is. We just didn't get to see it, so I like him. Obviously, Michael A. He's just sweet, and he grew a beard, and it looks great.
I think that Michael would be a really good pick, but I felt that I knew from the beginning that I never thought that Michael was going to win, because I don't think he's made out for that world. You know, I think that he's just like, I'm a dad and I like to do, like, I could never see him doing a bunch of stuff on Instagram or like trying to be an influencer. I think he's just like, I'm a dad and I want to do dad things.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, but also Andrew S, sweet boy.
A good one.
I don't know if he has the sweetness to endear himself in everyone's hearts, but I don't know if he has the charisma to hold down a whole season on his own.
Yeah. I think I would honestly be a little disappointed if it was Michael A. Just because I feel like he's such a precious gem we're all holding. But I'm like, if you put him as the lead and it's like his, like you're saying, Zach, his shtick is that he's a dad. So for him to be like, and I want to leave my son for 12 weeks and go film The Bachelor, like that feels icky. But I think Andrew S is a great choice. I think Justin is perfect for Paradise. I don't feel like we know about him to make him the lead, but he's perfect Paradise material. But I've also heard rumors of a certain Tyler C being a contender because yes, because brother just broke up with his girlfriend of 8 months and released a book. It is good timing for him.
Yeah. Someone's making phone calls behind the scenes. Somebody is wheeling and dealing.
It's Brooklyn.
And I heard last time he turned down The Bachelor, I guess when Matt was The Bachelor, they had asked Tyler, and he had turned it down because he was dating Gigi Hadid, which, yes, of course. But now he is not, so that would be quite the joy for me.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you guys think you'll be watching Bachelor in Paradise?
Gosh, I would love to. It's so chaotic, but also in particular, I would like to for, what was his name? The grocery guy and Kendall. Grocery Joe. I just heard that there's some deep drama there, and do I want to get my heart broken this summer? No, but am I willing to? Yes.
I'm very new to the Bachelor cinematic universe, so the only people that I really know there and the people that I'm most excited to see is I just want to see Victoria just mess shit up. That's all I really want to see.
Oh, God.
Just her to continue to be an absolute foil to literally everyone that walks in her path. That's kind of who I want to see.
I feel like she's not really in the promo. She's going to be in her match. She wasn't in the
promos, but it is. She has been on some stuff on the Instagram, and
okay.
I really think I don't know how long she'll last, so they're probably saving what little time she has on the show, and just like she's got to go in there, she's got to say something about goddess energy or whatever, and then like make fun of some girl for no reason, and then like walk out and just like let the island explode in the grenade that she just threw behind her, because that's who she is. That's my queen. That's who my queen is.
Oh, God, there is a 50-50 chance that she just walks right out.
Yeah, I mean she's blonde these days, isn't she? She got a new look.
In the promos, it looks like she does have brown hair, so maybe she's back to it, or maybe this was prior to. I do not know.
I feel like she had quite the glow up before she came on, which is good for her.
Maybe she is blonde. I'm looking at the thing right now, but she is. Oh yeah, she is blonde, and she is brought back with what it seems like a lot of her old friends, just to be terrible. So I think that. Yeah, Victoria to me will always exist as someone who was brought into the Bachelor universe as like kind of a wrestling heel, and will continue to come back time and time again, and people will just be like, oh my, here she is, and they're like, I want her to have like a theme song they play before she walks in, so everyone knows that she's coming.
I know we've had like a villain type like her before, but I really feel like she has surpassed everyone else. I mean, she's the ultimate supreme villain.
Final thoughts.
Okay, final thought for me. David Spade is the host. When, where, why, and how did that happen? I really don't know. I don't really know who did that. Well, I think it'll be interesting, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave it.
Also, Lil Jon, so even more interesting.
You're right.
My final thought is that it is so deeply painful that I keep pouring so much of my life into the Bachelor franchise. But here we are. I'm having fun, and I will continue to do so. So that's my only thought.
Yes, you
I will be watching
Excellent.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Excellent stuff. Well, team, we will be back for that.
Amazing.
Well, anyway, that's our show. Thank you all so much for listening to Get Better. If you'd like to find us, you can find us on Instagram at Get Better Podcast. That's at Get_Better_Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube at Get Better Podcast. If you would like to reach us, you can reach us at meetthefockers2 fockedup@gmail.com. That is meetthefockers2 fockedup@gmail.com. If you're listening to us on iTunes, that would be awesome if you guys would leave us a rate and review. It really helps us get noticed. And there is not yet a way to do that on Spotify. And Sam has continued to show his disdain for that. But
Cowards.
Yeah, it's absolute cowards.
Absolute cowards.
But if a way of that does come up, please do that as well. Anyway, that's our show. So see you next week.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
See you. Bye forever.
See you. Bye forever.
See you. Bye forever.
See you. Bye forever.